right. Shalom Akim. All praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Pakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. Now, if you've been watching the news, you've probably watched that the mayhem that happened last night. I mean, I walked around where I live last night, and it don't seem like a lot of mayhem actually happened. And I'll probably walk that same route, but I'm in the heart of downtown, and as you can see, certain buildings are boarded up because they had glass doors, and the rest of the buildings is being boarded up right now. They haven't really been damaged from the mayhem last night, and honestly, it wasn't a whole lot of mayhem. I'm gonna be honest. If you heard on the street that Grand Rapids really got destroyed like that, it wasn't actually like that. The police department probably did, but as you know, the provocateurs most likely did that. Now, what they're doing in Grand Rapids is basically boarding everything up. So, and I believe it's for the people that own the buildings to protect their businesses, And as you can see, it's happening right as we speak after what happened last night, which is understandable because from what everybody is hearing, these riots or protests or whatever you want to call it is going to be happening for the next few days. On the news, we heard that it was so destroyed that they're implementing martial law, which, Lord willing, I'm going to go to the hood, so to speak, so I can document that as well. But the big thing that's really happening right now is you see more of a police presence down here. And as I walk around the corner, you'll see even more. So, that's basically what I'm documenting. It should come to mind the prophecies in 2nd Ezra, the 15th and the 16th chapter. Not to mention the prophecies in Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, all the way to the end, really. So, like, this side of the police station really wasn't messed with as much, but as we go closer to around the corner, and I'm going closer to Division and Fulton, you'll see more windows boarded up. Now, I can't say if they were broken or not because it's about 4 o'clock in the evening right now, and they're boarded up, and like I showed you earlier, they're boarding up all the buildings down here. They're basically ready for anarchy pretty soon. And this is based off of one event. So, and it's not to mention that people being locked inside their houses wasn't a factor in what's going on. So, yeah, as you can see, people put their little messages on the boards too, but now, as we get closer to around the corner, you're going to see even more of a police presence, So, they're reporting on the news about the Secretary of State. So, this is what's going on right now. The windows were busted here. So, of course, they're boarded up. As you can see, this is the Michigan Secretary of State, which is also connected to the police department here in Grand Rapids. So, and they're all boarded up. Why? Because the windows were busted last night. And like I said, there's more of a police presence on the streets now. And Lord willing, like I said, I go to the hood and see what's going on there, because from what I'm hearing, the National Guard is patrolling the streets. They're not patrolling the streets downtown, but they are patrolling the streets from what I heard. So as you can see, these windows are taped up, all part of this Secretary of State. And further we go down, you can see the police department building, which I believe starts around here. Across the street, there's not a whole lot of broken glass or anything. It's mostly the police department. And that does beg you to ask questions. If it was really that much chaos, why ain't it more broken glass or more things destroyed? hey, I take it this is the cleanup effort right here. And what I really want people to know is this is the new America. It is not going to go back to how it was. As you see, we're passing the Grand Rapids Police Department. And at any given time, you've never really seen this much police presence anywhere. So basically what, you know, in my opinion, of course, what I believe is what they're trying to do now is they're getting ready for the destruction of this, the collapse of this entire economy. See, more of a police presence here now. And if you was here last night, it was almost looked like 300 to 1,000 people around here, and the police was lining the streets. But it's all cut off now because they're trying to clean it up. From what I'm hearing, if I remember correctly, they say that they're gonna give it a 7 o'clock curfew. You know, unless you're working or whatever the hell, you can't be outside. That's what's about to happen. And it's gonna get worse than that. It's gonna get tighter than that, you know? So, and of course, if you were out last night, I mean, I heard some broken windows and I thought it was gonna be more damage, but there's no damage to like the banks and stuff like that. And most of the buildings were left untouched. I believe it was maybe 2, maybe 3 buildings that had broken glass. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be on the news. Like I say, if you're watching the news, you're watching mostly the reality TV show, the reality TV movie, or the coronavirus movie, because it's not really reality. Now, I say that they said they're going to do it again, but if you're not aware of it, they said there's going to be a 7 o'clock curfew too. So, all right, you're welcome. So, hey, and then Jake still want to protest. Hey, gonna get what's coming, you know. Esau is fighting tooth and nail for his kingdom, like the scriptures say. He ain't just gonna go into this night peacefully. And I believe what they're gonna really do is put more provocateurs on the street, because it wasn't nearly enough damage for the amount of people that was out here. You know, I think they were expecting it to be more damage, but it wasn't. So, but this is Baha Rakak Yamarakai of the Grand Rapids camp, doing a little report on the aftermath of the protests in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Why? Because we out here, you know. Last night, when they were actually doing it, I put up a video that was, you know, that showed how many people and how many police was out there. But, you know, after a minute, just went inside and whatever happened, happened. But like I say, not much really happened. If you are paying attention to this video here and now. So there were, like I said, there was a couple more broken windows. They looking for the culprits, which was an Edomite woman and an Edomite man. But from what I hear, they got a military presence in the Jake neighborhoods. And like I said, Lord willing, I'm gonna go to the Jake neighborhoods and walk around and see what's going on. These are some of the windows. Well, these are pretty much the windows that were broken yesterday in the place that was broken in, an abandoned building, abandoned restaurant. So, you know, other than that, I don't see a whole lot more damage. Keep in mind, people, that we in the heart of downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. In the heart of it. You know, this is the day after all the mayhem. They even had a chance to board things up. You know, but there's not a whole lot of destruction going on. And those broken windows that we went past, I actually believe that those were the provocateurs, the Edomite man and Edomite woman that did it. Yet, they seem to want to put a military presence in Jake neighborhoods. So, figure that one out. You know? See, there's more glass around here. Keep in mind, heart of downtown. This is the heart of downtown. If you watch the news, everything was destroyed down here. But as you see my camera panning around, it don't seem like very much was destroyed. Just like the coronavirus. Everybody dying, but nobody's dying. That's how you get when you believe the news without looking for yourself, man. But with that, I'm going to say all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, great millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, doing the work in truth and sincerity. Till next time, Shalom.